Today I'm gonna walk you through a full guide on how to being a teenager. I wanna start off with how you should look. When you come to school and you have hit the puberty and all this, you will begin to get a lot of facial hair growth. So like between your eyebrows, you will get something called unibrow. What the fuck is it called? Unibrow. Yeah, so you will basically get what's called a unibrow, which means that you get a lot of facial hair growth like right in between your eyebrows. And that does not look very good. Whenever you see somebody like that, I can't really describe what it is, but it just feels kind of disgusting and it feels kind of dirty. It kind of gives the signal that you don't really go up in your looks and you don't really take care of your hair on your head. So always get like 2 seconds. I'm literally gonna walk you through a step by step. Take one of these, take your hair up, look in the mirror where you have some, and then you just start pulling. Do some here if you have very long. If you have too thick, then you do up here, and then you just pull them off. And I tell you, it's gonna fucking hurt in the start. So that's the first thing, always get rid of your facial hair. If you get too much under your armpits, then just shave a little bit of it. Don't shave all of it, like you want to be a man, but just a little bit, so you don't sweat as much. Then we get to the balls. Just cut it a little bit. Just don't look like a fucking 60-year-old man who has a jungle down his pants. Just cut it a little bit so it's not too big. Yeah. If you, let's say that you somehow get a lot of hair right here, mustache. As you can see, I haven't really cut it, but honestly, that's because it's summer holidays and I just kind of want to grow it out. You shouldn't do that if you're like in school, because when you're in school, you don't get such, like, it's not pretty hair that you grow out right here. Like, you're not a masculine, good-looking man with like a beard on your like chins and all this. So if you don't have those genetics, then don't do it. And most of the time, if you have, it's like you have some hair right here, you have some right here, but you don't have anything here. It looks really bad. So just cut it off. Like if you're not 18 plus, don't have any facial hair right here. Like just cut it off. And if you even are 20 and you have some here and here, usually just cut it off. It won't look good until you get like a full beard. Next thing that I want to talk about is your sweat. When you get into puberty, you will somehow just stink when you sweat. Like when you were a child and 10 years old and all this, you don't really smell that bad when you sweat a lot. But when you get to like the age of 12, 13, like when you hit puberty, right, you will stink. And you will be the one everybody does not want to sit with in class. Like you don't want to be that person. So when you begin to like smell bad when you sweat and all this, then you should get like a natural deodorant that you can just put on so that you don't smell. It doesn't have to be with a lot of perfume because it has a lot of chemicals in it and it will kind of fuck up your body. Like it can sometimes be a risk of you getting cancer and you don't want that shit. You just want to be clean and have a natural deodorant. I will put some pictures up right here so you can see what kind of deodorants I'm talking about. It will come up in the video. And then we come to your hair. Usually it would be best if you just get a fade. Like if you get like your hair cleaned out so it's not going out into your ears. When that happens, cut it. You need to get a clean fade. If you don't really know what kind of hair that you need to have, you can go onto TikTok and find the filter. I don't remember what it's called, but there's a filter where you can see what kind of head shape that you have to which kind of hairstyle you need to have. If you don't want to do that, then usually a clean fade is all you need. Just ask your barber, give me a good fade, and then kind of have some short hair. And then you will be good often. You will just look clean. Then we come to the hair products for making your hair looks kind of good, kind of wavy, maybe kind of a little bit wet, so it looks kind of good. Yeah, and then we come to hair wax. You should just get some hair wax. I can tell you exactly what kind of product that you should get, because usually people have different kind of hair. I have a little bit more curly. My bro over here have a little bit more straight hair. It's different from people to people. So what I will recommend is that you find out what kind of hair type that you have. Straight, a little bit wavy, curly, whatever it is. Then you search hair product for wavy curls, for example, or curly hair. And then you try it out. Just buy some cheap ones. If you have a higher budget, then you can try some more expensive. And then just try it. Just go out to the bathroom, wash your hair, make it kind of dry, but not too dry, like kind of wet dry, you know. And then you just try it out, see what happens to your hair. Does it look good on you? Do you not really like it? If you don't like it, then it's all right. Then you buy a new one, and then you just try it out. Just try some cheap ones. And then you will look pretty good at some point. Then you will find the one that's really good. Personally, for me, I have curly hair. I like an orange one, which is a coconut smell one. It's really good. But yeah, then we come to how to behave. I always find out for a teenager, if you're at the age of 13, you don't really need to be that, what could you say, polite. Like, always be polite when you're speaking to people, but you can kind of be a little bit goofy. Like, you're at that age where it's okay to just wrestle in the hall and all this. Like, the teachers are always gonna try to make you kind of be the still little girl who like should listen to the teachers and like sit down, be quiet and all this. And actually it's natural for boys to have this kind of more aggressive way of going. Like, we are hyped and all this. You should still have that, but it's just for you to know that the teachers have been kind of doing our minds wrong. We should have this kind of energy and aggressive way of dealing with things with boys and all this. Like, you know, we attack each other and all this for fun. We should still do that. It's a natural thing to do for boys. Girls are different. They do it in another way. They're not really that physical and all this. But yeah, just so you know. So yeah, and if you are a bit older, let's say 15 years old, then you should be kind of more polite and be more like a normal kid. Like, don't be that autism guy who just sits fucking slap each other in the back when you're sitting down. Like, just be more natural. The next point is that the puberty hits different from people to people. So some people hit the puberty when they're already 12 years old, 13 years old, maybe even younger. Some people first hit it when they're 16 years old, maybe 17, 15 maybe. So if you're that guy who is the one who hasn't gotten a deeper voice yet, or he hasn't grown hair, you know, under your armpits or at your balls or all this. What? Pause. But then you should just know it's totally normal. I was the guy who didn't really hit puberty until like 9th class. Like when I was 15, 14 years old. It was only when I was 15 I really hit puberty. My voice got deeper there. I got more hair. I began to grow in centimeters. So don't panic if you are late with your puberty. It will happen at some point, so don't worry about it. It's totally normal to be the one who hasn't hit puberty yet. So that's fine. Another thing that I want to talk about is something that I've had a lot of insecurity about, which is called wet dreams. Sometimes when you sleep, you will kind of nut in your dream. And I had a lot of insecurity about that because I thought that it was not normal, because why would that be normal to nut while you're sleeping, right? It didn't really make sense for me. So I tried to figure it out and all this, and I found it out it's a way for your body to kind of just grow. It's something that just happens when you hit puberty. So don't panic when that happens. Usually I didn't really want to say it to my parents, so like when it happened, I would just go out and wash my pants like at 3 o'clock in the nighttime and then kind of dry it up myself. I wished that somebody had told me at that age it's totally normal. So if I were you, I would just tell your mom. Usually, I feel more comfortable talking with my mom about that. Like, will you please watch this? Like, this happened, and she will understand because it's something that just happens for you when you are in the puberty. Just so you know it. It may happen to you. It happened to me a lot, and I had problems with it for 2 years, and like now it's finally gone. So yeah, and what more is there? What I want to say in the Teenage Guide is that if you feel like you're different from others, then that's fine. You don't really have to be a part of everybody else. Let's say people already at 7th class, 8th class want to drink and smoke and all this, and you don't have the interest in those things, then it's totally fine to not do those things. You don't have to ride the wave with others. Do your own path, what you want to do yourself, because then usually you will find people in your life that are like you too. Because if you don't show your true side to people, then how are they gonna know that you are like that? So they can't really show their true side either. So if you want to find people who are like you, like mind-wise, in mentality and all this, or just how you want to live, then you gotta be true to yourself and others. You gotta say what you want. If you don't say what you want, you're not gonna get it. And then when we come to grades, if you're nervous about grades and assignments and all this, trust. Yeah. Like I have my bro right here. He finally got woken up when I said this. Grades, fuck grades, bro. Like they don't matter shit. I tell you, in 9th grade, I got 0.2 on my. That would be like, what would that grade be in fucking England? That would be.
Oh no, but it's a shit grade.
Yeah, it's a shit grade basically, right? And it didn't matter. Nothing has happened. Like it haven't done nothing. I can still do the things that I wish to do. Like it won't really matter with your grades. If you're somebody who wants to have high grades, then sure. Then by all means do that. Fantastic for you. I just hate assignments. I hate having the stress about having to do a high performance for other people, because that's how I look at it. Then don't worry about it. Like they really don't matter. Like people will care about it for like a week, and then they won't really care about it. So, but it's up to you. I feel like that's the guide. I feel like those are the things that I have wanted to say. No, actually, that's one last point, which is your style. How should you dress? Because I still see a lot of people in like 7th, 8th grade still having kinda clothes on that you will have in 5th grade and all this. Like when you come up to hit puberty, you kind of want to have some nice clothes and a nice style, because you just want to look good. Like you don't want to be that guy people talk behind their back and like he don't have any style at all, he smells and all this. You don't want to be that guy. So just buy a little bit of clothes. You don't have to go all out. Just have some nice sets of clothes that you can have. Look at what I have. I just have a simple shirt, and then I have some pants here, white pants too, and then some nice socks, Adidas. Like that's all. And then maybe a necklace, maybe some watch or something. That's all. That's it. That is pretty much my guide for how to being a teenager. I really hope that you can learn from my tips. I personally wish that there was somebody who told me these things when I was at your age. So hope you found them well, and I hope that you will see a difference. And go down and subscribe to my channel, because you will get more educational content, which means that we will get more people to get on this platform. More people will see this on like the front screen on the YouTube, and then we will get more people on this journey. We will grow this channel, and we will find more people who will have the same interest as us. Isn't that amazing that we can do that? I think that's fucking amazing. So do that. It will be a benefit for me and for you as well. So bye.